The drama surrounding Rex Ryan's sudden change of heart toward Shadore Sanders has become one of the most talked-about storylines in the NFL this season. Just a week ago, Ryan was among Sanders' harshest critics, openly questioning his readiness and even implying that the young quarterback hadn't earned a shot at the backup position behind Dylan Gabriel. But fast forward a few days, and the same man who once dismissed Sanders as unproven is now leading the charge for him to play. Rex Ryan, a man never known for holding his tongue, found himself at the center of a firestorm after his original remarks about Shadore Sanders hit the airwaves. His comments, suggesting that Sanders hadn't done enough to warrant serious consideration, were seen by many as not just dismissive but unfairly personal. Social media erupted almost instantly, with fans accusing Ryan of targeting the young quarterback without evidence. Analysts and former players piled on, labeling the comments as out of touch and irresponsible. Within hours, Ryan's words had gone from football commentary to full-blown controversy, one that even league officials couldn't ignore. What began as a simple debate about roster decisions quickly turned into a broader conversation about respect, opportunity, and accountability within the NFL. Under the mounting pressure, Ryan's tone shifted dramatically. Suddenly, the man who once criticized Sanders' place on the roster was now praising his potential. He called Sanders a kid with so much ability and argued that the Browns were missing out on a chance to develop two promising quarterbacks for the future. He insisted that his support had nothing to do with favoritism, but with recognizing pure talent. "It's about seeing what we have," Ryan said. "Are one of these guys going to be our quarterback moving forward?" But to anyone who had followed the saga from the start, the reversal felt less like a revelation and more like an attempt to repair a damaged reputation. It's not hard to see why Ryan changed his tune so quickly. After all, his earlier comments had sparked an avalanche of criticism, not just from fans but from within the NFL community itself. Cam Newton, never one to hold back, publicly called out Ryan and the circus that had formed around Cleveland's quarterback room. Newton accused figures like Ryan of unfairly targeting Sanders for reasons that went beyond football. "When are we going to start realizing you can't control people?" Newton asked pointedly. He highlighted the double standard at play, how qualities that made other quarterbacks beloved, like confidence and swagger, were suddenly being weaponized against Sanders. It was, Newton argued, a reflection of something deeper than performance. It was about perception. Then came Michael Irvin, who took Ryan to task with his trademark intensity. Irvin pointed out that the backlash against Shadore Sanders had more to do with personality than ability. "They're calling him out because he's confident," Irvin said. "But if Rex Ryan really believes this kid can play, then he needs to start showing that confidence himself." The message was clear. Ryan couldn't have it both ways. He couldn't criticize Sanders for his confidence one week and then pretend to champion him the next without acknowledging the hypocrisy. Irvin's words carried weight, not just because of his Hall of Fame status, but because they resonated with players across the league who had seen this kind of treatment before. Behind the scenes, the fallout was even more serious. According to reports, NFL owners and executives took notice of Ryan's comments, and not in a good way. His remarks had drawn enough attention that the league's top officials were forced to discuss them privately. For a commentator, crossing that line is dangerous territory, especially when it involves a young player with growing fan support and a famous last name. Sources suggest that even Commissioner Roger Goodell was briefed on the controversy and that internal conversations were held about whether Ryan's comments had violated standards of professionalism expected from league-affiliated media figures. While those discussions didn't result in official action, they left Ryan's career hanging in the balance. By the time Ryan appeared on camera again, the transformation was complete. Gone was the dismissive tone, replaced instead with admiration. He called Sanders a special player with franchise potential, framing his earlier remarks as mere misunderstandings. It was an obvious attempt at image rehabilitation, and perhaps self-preservation. The NFL is a world where reputations are built and destroyed in seconds, and Ryan knew he couldn't afford to alienate both fans and the league at once. His newfound support for Sanders was less about conviction and more about survival. Coach Kevin Stefanski, meanwhile, took a different approach. Rather than feeding the media frenzy, he calmly addressed the issue during a press conference, standing firmly behind his player. He dismissed rumors about Sanders' attitude or ego, describing the young quarterback as hardworking and focused. All of our guys, including Shedeur, are working extremely hard, Stefanski said. He's doing exactly what's asked of him, taking reps, studying film, preparing every day. That's what we want. Stefanski's remarks cut through the noise, reminding everyone that while the media speculated, Sanders was doing what mattered most, putting in the work. Still, the episode left a mark on everyone involved. For Ryan, it was a humbling reminder that words carry consequences. In an era where every comment can be clipped, shared, and scrutinized by millions, even a single misstep can spiral into something uncontrollable. His about-face may have salvaged his public standing, but it also exposed the precarious balance of power in sports media, where opinions are currency, but accountability is the cost. For Sanders, the ordeal has only strengthened his growing mystique. The more he's doubted, the more people seem to rally behind him. His quiet discipline in the face of controversy stands in stark contrast to the noise surrounding him, making his eventual debut, whenever it comes, one of the most anticipated moments in recent Browns history. Rex Ryan's reversal wasn't just about football. It was about image, influence, and the ever-shifting tides of public opinion. His words, once reckless, became strategic. His criticisms turned into compliments. And while the sincerity of his transformation remains up for debate, one thing is certain. He learned the hard way that in the NFL, no one escapes the spotlight unscathed. So now the question turns to you. Do you think Rex Ryan truly realized his mistake and wants to make things right? Or is this just an attempt to protect his reputation after the backlash? Was his praise for Shadore Sanders genuine, or was it a calculated move to stay in the good graces of fans and the league? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to keep up with the real stories behind the headlines, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Because in the world of the NFL, the drama never stops. It just changes direction.